Okay, welcome to the another part of the application development section. In this part of the development part, what we're going to learn is we're going to implement the search routine or the search facility to the dashboard, and which will be greatly help us to do the edit and delete one in future. Because nowadays means now what we are doing is if you want to edit a product, you have to go here. You have to search by the product ID. So if you have hundreds of products and I don't know, chances are you might not remember not even a single product ID. So of course, if you are having a barcode reader, like if you are tapping into that and if you are reading, that's no problem, fine. But if it is properties like adding your products are like cupboards and properties and shops and lands and things like that, then how are we going to do that part? So let's see how we can build a small search for this program, how we can build a search, a simple search part. Then using the search part, how we can access the records not only by product ID but also from other ways, because we learned in SQL commands how to look for uncertain records, right? So using like commands and all, so we're going to build them, and so some small other techniques we're going to learn how to keep the search records and all without losing them and all the things, right? So I'm going to help you build that one for your record. This kind of a search routine, I myself have built it and I have generated it. It's my own code and own version of the development solution, so you can feel free to use this one, no worries. As well as there can be other solutions in the industry, as well as there can be other ways of doing search routines. You can check them out as well. There will be so many video tutorials as well as resources out there. I invite you to check them out as well. Right, okay, let's get started now. So in order to make the video a bit shorter, I'm going to pause the video now and I will develop the search HTML parts, right? HTML and CSS part. Then what I will do is I will be going back to the explanation mode, right? So once I finish building the first part I will come back and show you that. Right, just a while ago we built the search 1.php file. Search 1.php file, we have just built it. And what we're going to do is we're going to see how this was built. Just to make the video short, I just didn't record how I'm building it. First thing what I did is our sample page.php, I have duplicated it. And then what I did is basically, I can show it for you here itself. I just created a row in which I added my elements. That's what I have given. Source code is also provided with this video in the link in the description. You can check. So previous video is also the same. I have given the full link for the projects, so you can check the source code for any code in details. So it's already here. You can see search one. If you go down here, form one, you can see here. This is how I have built it. So it's basically a form. Inside the form, I have built two things. Okay, let me do a small change here. So search by is going to be a drop-down list box. Keywords, it's going to be, I'm going to type some words, right? Search by, I'm going to select. So I'm going to search by, I'm going to change this into uh, select command, right? And class, I will, of course, you can give form control. The name is very important. Search by, right? Search by, we will give that is search by. Then options we have to include. I'm going to give search by, of course, you can search by title. Okay, you can search by title. You can search by anything you like. Okay, so three options we will give: one search by title, one search by description. If it is partially matching any of those description, it will check out, and we'll put one price, and finally we will put uh, product ID as well. So product ID here, say title, description, then price. As you can see, these values I'm using here, these ones I will be internally processing them using my select commands. Select case I will be using, or switch statements I'm going to use to select them. So that is why I will be building it like this, right? So that part is built. So let's take a look at it, how it looks, right? It's quite all right. So you can choose from there. These icons and all, if you want, you can uh, do that part, no worries. Let's see whether we have a category. We don't have like type also. We don't have a group. We'll say no. We don't have text thing. If you put users, I can just change the icon. Okay, later I'll change it. No worries. Right. Then down here, the name is very important. I have to give search by title. If I want, I can give. Right, it's the same thing. Down here, I have created a search keywords. So keywords I can enter. Then that is accepting in a text field, normal text field. Name also properly given. ID keywords, name keywords. So from this page to the next page, what are the things that we are taking is one is search by what type of a thing you're going to search and what keywords under that. For example, you are searching by title and you're searching for a, let's say a shop. You're searching for a used mobile phone, something like that. So we can search. Then finally we have two buttons, that's all, right? So we can just check this out, how it works. Let's say test. So it goes to the search2.php. It properly goes there, so no worries, right? How I'm going to build my search2 page, I'll tell you that one also. You know, when I search for the results, the search results going to come down here. Search results, there will be topic like search results and it's going to display here. But I'm not going to remove this form because each time I want to search, I can't come back to search1.php and search each time. In my search2.php file, I'm going to already have this search part, right? So bottom part only, I'm going to build it. So I will be back in a minute. I'm going to do that and come back. Right. I have built the other page. So I'll quickly tell you how the part works. So you can type search by, you can select and you can type something here, something like iPhone here. Then you can click on the search button. You can click on the search button, click on the search button. Then what will happen is it will bring you to the search2.php file. Then once you come to the search2.php file, what will happen is you can see I am maintaining the form without losing it. So the search form is still there, but you know, this title has gone. Actually, if I have searched for description, it would have gone. See, so I'm searching for description and I'm just typing something like test here. Then if I search, you can see the search form is there. You can see the form is there, but what I entered, what I selected was description and type value was TET. That's what I entered here. Those values gone. That's one problem we have to fix in the future, but that's how I built it. The form doesn't disappear. Form is already there. You don't have to go to the previous page, which is search1.php file, to again type a search and search. No need, right? So you can search it from this page itself. So when you type and you select something like description, and if you type something here, and if you click search button, it's going to submit to itself and it's going to get searched. No worries at all. Then we build the table. In the table, we have five columns, right? Product ID, title, description, price, and picture. So this is what I built up to now. As you can see, that's all I have built. So under the form, I'm having a row in which I'm having a table, and I'm having a CSS, formatted table with Bootstrap, and these are the column names or column IDs I have given. Now we need to do the perform the actual search routine, which we're going to do, and we're going to display the details. So before that, what we can do is we can link this to the database part, right? So start a PHP here, link to database server. So you know how to do that. So you say require dbconnection.php, and we can come down here. And after this, I'm going to start the search part now. Right, starting the PHP code here. Right. First of all, what we'll say, uh, receive receive the search by and keywords. So we'll see how we can do that. So first of all, search by. I'm making a variable called search by, and I will receive the value from the request array. Request arrays, search by. Then I will take keywords. Again from the same thing, but this time keywords. I have taken those two values, right? For your simplicity, I will, for your reference, I will print them and show you. So let's try this one. So I'm typing description and test. Let's say search, and you can see description and test is, we are receiving it. So even we can do it from the previous page. So this is the, sorry, search first page, search page. If I select price and if I type here, I have to remove that value already what is there. So let's say 85,000. So if I search, we can say price is the category I'm searching by price. Value I entered was 85,000. Okay, right. Now I'm happy the values I'm sending are received here. So we will do like this. We'll build a SQL command to search for the records. Now, when you're building the SQL command, you know, there are some options. A person can search by title by entering something here. A person can search by description. A person can search by price. A person can search by product ID also. So according to what you choose here, you have to type something there. So we will get rid of that 4850. Just get rid of that. I think that'll be fine now. Yeah, it's gone. Right, cool. Now we are in search page 2, right? Yeah, here. So what we need to do is we need to make sure we build the right SQL command. For example, if a person is searching by title and the keywords he is going to enter is iPhone, right? What will happen is we have to build an SQL command, select all from product where title is equals to iPhone or title like iPhone. That's all. We have to build an SQL command. Suppose if it is description, then you have to build select all from product where description equals to iPhone or description like iPhone. So that is how we're going to build the SQL commands. So we need to make sure we have to properly generate the SQL command. So we'll say this is a good command. See, since there are 4 values for search by, can't create a single again. I'm telling you, this is a method I developed it. If you like to do it in a different way, please do it, no problem. Okay, this works fine anyways, right? SQL command, it will vary according to the search type. So let's do like this. I'm going to create an SQL command. I'm going to say blank SQL command there. No need to do like that also. I'm going to say I'm going to make use of my control structures. See, switch statement I'm using. Practically we're using search by because we have options. I told you when I'm teaching you in Java also, drop down list boxes can be easily, we can work with switch statement. Yes, today we are doing it. So let's say case, first value can be, you know, when we are sending the values, you can see here also, you can see here I have to scroll up. So I'll go here. You can see the select. So if you see here, there are 4 values. search by, there are 4 values: title, description, price, and product ID. So you can search. Order doesn't matter. So we will, first of all, we will see for the product ID, PID. It's easy one. If it is product ID, how are you going to do is, I'm going to put a break statement here. I'm sorry. SQL command you have to build like this. SQL is assign the value. Select all from product where PID is assigned the value, the PID, not PID, I'm sorry, keywords. So whatever the product ID they have entered in the keywords field will be taken. Here no like command, okay, that will be the SQL command, right? So suppose if they have not selected product ID, if they have selected title, then SQL command need to go like this. Case title, I use simple letters there. Here also it's easy for me to do the code. So I will build the SQL command in such a way. Select all from product where title, I will not break this into lines, so I will continue. Title is equals to, within single quotes, I will give keywords. If you have exactly type, doesn't matter, you can match. Sometimes the title will not exactly match, okay? So, or you can say title like, then what you can do is, within single quotes, you can use 2 percentage marks like this, and you can use the keywords. Problem solved, okay? That's pretty easy to do, right? Title like, you use like that, right? Then make sure you use the break statement here also. Then again another case statement, case title, then we have description. Yes, right, description. We need a break statement there as well. SQL command. Now for the description is also the same. We can do select all from product where description is equals to, if it is exactly matching, no worries, keywords, or description like, keywords, right? So let's see, we have 3 SQL commands we have created. Let's go for the final one, because we don't have to put a default command, because only 4 options are given in the drop down list box. So user can't enter anything manually, so we don't have to do that. So case, we can do price. So if you're checking from price, we can say break. Here I'm going to say SQL is equals to, sorry, let me create the SQL command. It's also pretty easy. Now, if you enter a value, for example, let's say we type a value like 100,000. So we will display all the products less than 100,000. That's how I'm going to build the SQL command. So let's say select all from product where price less than or equal to, keyword. So you have to enter proper values there, otherwise it will be a problem. Right, so we will do like that, right? So SQL command is here. Down here, I'm going to just print the SQL command and show you how it works for you. So SQL, right? Right, let's search by title and iPhone. Let's search like this. But we'll see what is going to happen. Yeah, it is generating the SQL command. As you can see, select all from product where title equals iPhone or title like iPhone. Actually, I have it as iPhone. I saw something there. Even if you search IPHO, this will be enough to look for the records, right? So that is what is getting recorded. Let's try description. Description will type test, then it will search, it will generate. See, it is generating the SQL command nicely. If you search for price, let's say 75,000, then select all from product where price is less than or equal to 75,000. So product ID, that is pretty simple. Let's give 7. then that should look for that particular record. Okay. Having done that, so I will keep it commented for you, right? So now we have done the SQL command. We need to execute the SQL command. So resource is assigned the value MySQL I query to execute the SQL command. So this is the SQL command. MySQL I query SQL. So I executing the SQL command. Hopefully we will be getting records. So we don't know actually that. So let's say if MySQL I num underscore rows, let's say rs, if it is less than 0, that means there were no records were found. There were no records were found. So I'm going to say echo. I'm going to say we need to anyway display something like this tr. I don't have much time to do the formattings, children. Let me see if I get time. I'll do that. Right. So I'll put a td tag, finish a td tag, and say here called span 5. So we'll say no records are found. Let's see how it looks. Right, let's try something like product ID. Let's type 45. So it seems not working, right? So something wrong. We need to make sure MySQL I num rows. Okay. Okay, we didn't reload the page. That's why it was not working. Right now it's done, right? So you can see, for example, if you look for a product ID, which is not existing, let's say this kind of a product ID is not existing. So if I search for that, it simply says, sorry, no records were found. If the records were found, let's say search by title and like, let's say IPHO, because partly it will check match this record. Okay, there's a record for iPhone here. So if I search that, it says records found. So we have to display that, right? All right. So if you take a look at the code here, I wrote if MySQL I num rows, number of rows is greater than 0, if the records found, so we can display the records here. Right, else we give the error message. So if you want, you can put that dialog box also. You can copy from the previous project files. So I'm going to write, so if it is so, first thing I'm going to do is, I don't know whether one record found or many records found, doesn't matter. As long as records are there, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do like this. I'm going to write while, watch this, while row array. I'm going to copy in the row itself. Inside the while itself, I'm doing MySQL I fetch ASOC, and we give the resource. So this, what does this mean is, as long as records are found in your resource, this loop is going to work. Now see, while loops is an uncertain loop. You don't know exactly how many times it's going to repeat. If you have 1,000 records, it will work 1,000 records. If there is one record, it will work one times. So it's pretty convenient for us to use the while loop. Yeah, excuse me. Then what we're going to do is, right, once we get that one, we're going to say, once we copy this values to the row array, we can start displaying it. So each time when you want to display, you need to have a row created here for that product. You need to have a row. In that row, we need to display that. So we will do it like this. I'm going to say echo, or else I can stop the PHP and I can switch to the HTML mode and do it. TR, okay. Then I'm going to have TD tags like this, and inside each TD I can display the values from PHP. So here I will give the field name. Okay, right. So first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 4 values. First one, we have the product ID. Second one is title. Third one is description. Fourth one is price. Final one is picture. For the time being, we will display the picture name, then I will fix it. Right, let's try a record. Let's search for iPhone record here. Let's say IPHO. Then when you search for the record, they can say iPhone record is found, that I created it. So here it's displaying just an image, a file name only. So we need to fix that. Let's do one by one. Okay, so in these sizes also we can fix slowly. Let's search for something like description. Let's type letter A. There'll be many records. If there is, okay, right. So, uh, so if I don't, because space is available in anything. So test is only what we have. All most of them are test iPhone used. A letter A is very less, right? So what I'm going to do is, right. So what I will do here is I'm going to type something like price. Let's try here. All the prices are. Let's say whether we have something less than 500 rupees. So we'll type 500. So these two records should come. You can see those two records and this one also coming. It says 0, but right. And that is how it works, children. So product ID also you can search. There is a record called seventh record. You can search for that also. So your search routine is working. Okay now. I didn't say fine. I said okay now. Okay, right. Okay. As the first thing, we will do fine tuning. We will make the picture display here, right? So I'm going to go to this column. So I need to do a tiny modification in that code. So let this piece all be here. No worries. I'm going to just create an IMG tag. So in the IMG tag, sorry, products folder slash thumb folder, not the large one, thumb folder. Then I need to give this code here, right? That's all I need to do, right? So then the picture can be displayed there, right? Let's search now and see. Right. So for this, there is no image. So for others, I have erased the images. Okay, I have erased the images. That is why it's not displaying here. For the time being, what we will do is um, we will copy this, uh, copy that. It's not allowing me to copy paste that. Right. So you search for it. So you'll see all the images will display something like this, right? So we'll put one image to one product. Okay. For this iPhone, let's browse an image and we will put um, uh, Pixabay uh, iPhone. These are copyright free images, so we can use them. Right, so let's use this image. I will download it any place I want, right? So just put it on the desktop. Let's say a phone. Let's go here. Now from here I can't edit now, but later I will fix that also, right? So I'm going to go to the dashboard. So go to edit. Number 7 is the iPhone, I guess. Now record number 5. Record number 5, right? Let's choose the iPhone from the desktop. So we have taken that and we will Save changes, done. Let's go to the dashboard once again. Finally, we have to make the navigation also easier. Right, let's go to search now. Um, right, let's search by title. Now if you go, yes, it is displaying the image, right? Okay, thumbnail is getting displayed. In one place, you can make use of your CSS knowledge. Under no circumstance, any picture should not be, so it's a style, max, max width 150 pixels, max height 150 pixels. So no circumstance, your image is going to be big. See, it's going to be, it's going to maintain that as it is, right? So that will be fine for you, right? So that is what we built, right? One piece what we built, that part. Images, we fixed it. Then first of all, we will fix the search routine part. Um the disappearing part, we will fix that part, right? Okay, so very simple. What you do is, in search2.php file, search2.php file, what we're going to do is, this is the place where the comma box is. Your comma box is here. This is the comma box. This is in search2.php file, right? So what we basically need to do is, we need to get the, now here only we are taking the values, search by and all these kind of things, right? Um, I'm going to do this one once more over there. It's not necessary, I can do it once, but in order to make it easier for you to understand, I'll do it in that way. Yeah, I'm going to come here and I'm going to say PHP. First, I'll put this one. Search by, I'll create a variable. Okay, search by. Right. We don't know what is exactly the user is selecting, whether it could be title, description, price, or product ID. So we're going to come here and we're going to write a code. I can write if condition also. Without writing an if condition, I'm going to write a simple code. Watch this. I'm going to write a PHP code. Right, now we can write echo, so it will display something. I'm going to use a open close parenthesis. Inside that, I'm going to do a validation or the checking. That means I'm going to say search by whether it is equals to title. It could be, if they have selected title, this value is representing title, right? Okay, if so, don't worry about this question mark, huh? Right? I'm going to say this question mark here. Then I'm going to say, within single quotation, I'm going to say selected equals selected colon, otherwise we say blank, like this. That's all you put, right? So it's very simple. If your search by, if they have selected this title, you check what is the form submitted value also. If that is title, this one will get selected means that will be automatically coming over there. So I'm going to copy this code. See, I'm going to copy that code. So let me push that over here. Yeah. Then I'm going to paste it over there. Search by whether it is description, whether it is price, or whether it is product ID. So product ID is here. So if it is PID, it is PID here. Now see what's going to happen is, if I choose price and if I submit, you can see price is not disappearing. It is the third option, but it is getting selected there. This also I built it by myself. Okay, so I'm proud to say that, because it's something I invented and I doing it. So even it is getting it recorded in the video. So whoever watches that, this is the way I developed myself. So if you wish to use, please use it, no problem, right? Okay, so that way you can do it. If you use description and if you type something less here, test one, and if you search, test one is disappearing, no problem, but description is staying there. Right, now we need to make sure keywords also stay there. So what we do is, we can copy this one and we can put keywords, So keywords, it's pretty simple. Keywords, come here down, right? Inside the inside the keywords text field, type text, right? So you just use a value here, not a class, placeholder value. Use this PHP code echo, not row array, keywords variable. That's all. Now see what's going to happen. Price, I'm going to type 750, search. It is, this one is staying, this one also staying. If you say title, if I say title, if let's say Samsung. So when you search, so that is staying there. So if you do have records, we can find, okay, if there is a test record, yeah, we have something partially matching test part, it's come. So it is displaying the details, right? So once the record is there, it's coming. Okay, the next step we're going to do is we're going to introduce one more column here, and I'm going to make this search useful, more useful by making it editable. These records, I'm going to make it editable. So with that one, it will be concluding. So no worries, right? Let's see how we can do that. Right, I'm coming here. Right, so we are displaying the details, right? We are displaying the details. So I'm going to introduce one more column, children, here. So let's put just one more column saying actions. And finally here, when we are displaying the details, we shall include one more TD part. Inside this, I'm going to introduce two buttons, right? So ahref, two buttons. So first one is going to be edit 2.php. See, edit product, edit product 2.php. As you can see, if you want to see that one, I'll show you. When you go to edit product, this is edit product 1.php. From this one, we are typing a number, for example 5. When I say submit, we are going to edit product 2.php. We have to search by product ID, that is number 5. So if you search in edit product 2 pages capable of searching, if you give the product ID, it will search the record and give you, right? So that is how I have built it. I have used the request array, not the post or get array, so it's very flexible. So how I'm going to do this one is I'm going to make use of this one once again, right? Let's go to the search part. Because if you directly come to the search part, we don't have the values, right? So there's no chance people will directly come here. They will be coming from edit one, right? So don't worry about that. So this is how they will come, right? So I'm going to search for product ID 5. So if I come here, then I will be able to edit this one, right? So show how I'm going to do that. Ahref edit product 2.php, then question mark PID, which is the product ID, equal sign. I can pass in the product ID. What's the product ID? Echo row arrays product ID. PID, that's all. So here you can see, you can say edit. Simply you can put edit over here. So there's an edit button comes. So I don't want to put it as an edit button like that, right? So delete also the same. I'm going to put, so this one is going to be delete product 2.php. This one is going to be delete or del. I can make use of my CSS, I mean, this knowledge, but Bootstrap, and I can say class, I can say btn sm if you want, small, right? Btn small. Then you can say btn info. Then for the other one, okay, now you get two buttons here. So let's see we can edit something. Right, let's search for some records right now. See, we don't have a picture here, so we want to add a picture here. I'm not going to search for a picture now. I'm sorry. So let me add a picture for that. So it's very simple. I can do it, right? So mm, that's my son's photo, right? So let's add a different one. Uh, that one, right? It's a JPG image. So let's update it. So it's getting updated. Only thing is we can't directly go to the dashboard. We need to update these things. I will do it in another video, right? Don't worry. We will do a fine tuning for that. Right. So when you go to the um, search now, and if you search, there we go. The product that we added is here. If you wish, you can delete also. So simply you come to delete option, click the delete, confirm delete. That file will be deleted. That we learned in the previous video. We have done that. Okay, hope you understand this part. So that is how we build the search routine fully working, how we can link it up to that. So if you don't want to give it as a link here and you can make this one as a link, that is also possible. You can do that. So with that one, we can conclude this part, which is the search routine part. So to the uh, program, we have added the search routine properly. So it was a bit lengthy one, how we wanted to implement that. So we have properly implemented it. Okay. Thank you very much.